Good morning, everybody. Shefa Brucho V'Atzlucho. We are standing now. Tonight is the Bdikat Chometz, and we are really approaching Leila Seder, the Seder night. One of the things that was very interesting for me when I was a kid, that my father, in the beginning of the Seder night, used to take the agoda and look exactly that all the things on the Keharat Seder, on the plate of the Seder, are organized in the right way. And I never understood what is so important. What was it if the zroa is here, or the egg is here, or the karpas is here, or the maror is there? But then I saw a beautiful article of the Rav Pinkus Zecher Tzadik Livracha that today is his yahrzeit, I think, if I'm almost sure, and he puts everything in a proportion. And he explained, I'm not going to go to in so many details, because he talks about Eser Sfirot, the 10 Sfirot, and the 10, but these 10, all the signs are 10 together. You have 6 on the plate, you have the 3 matzahs, and you have the plate itself. Yes, the plate itself is also part of it. People don't realize it. And what is so important in this order, this is, if, for example, we're talking about Chesed, Gvura, Tiferet, I'm not going to go into it, but there are also a few ways to organize the signs of the Seder night but it is very important. And it's very important that it's going to be on the Seder plate. Why? What's the problem if I put here and there and there? It's like we're in the furniture businesses. For example, a table. A table, you have 4 legs and the top. Now, if you have the leg here and the leg there, you've got nothing. But if you have the 4 legs and the top, you have a table. The same thing is, if you have all the signs on the plate, you have the Seder plate. And the Seder plate is the center of the whole Seder night. And this what organizes everything through the Seder night. And it reminds me, a few years ago, on a Seder night abroad or somewhere, I think, it was a general Seder night for the whole, for a lot of people. And usually every Seder night I try to say a word that my father used to say in every Pesach night, every Leila Seder. And I did it there also. And by the way, I'll say it in Hebrew. The word is on the signs that we say, Tzach Adash Ba'achav. So the word, the blood labels, and one of them was that the priest came to the king of or the governor of the area, I don't remember, and he told him, you see, in their Agoda is written that they use blood. It says, you said the tzach is, write it, the tzach, dam, tzrichim, kulanu. Blood, we all need. And of course, he called the Rebbe, says, hey, it's written in the Agoda, you're using blood. So the Rebbe told him, 1 minute. It's the tzach adash ba'achav. There are 3 things. And, you can play with it again, but do you know what's written here? It says, divrei tzorereinu kazav. The tzach, divrei tzorereinu kazav. What they are talking is lies. Bnei Avraham be'achav. Bnei Avraham chalila bazot. The sons of Avraham, they are not going to do something like this. Alilat dam shav. A blood label. Alilat dam shav. Ayin dalet shin. In Hebrew, I hope you understood it. Anyway, I said it, and there was this guy came to me later on and says, wow, I like what the word that you said. And from your father. He says, he said, what's your name? I said, my name is Hamburger. And where are you from? I'm originally from Petach Tikva. Today I live in Ranana. He says, oh, my father used to know business in Petach Tikva, Hamburger bros. He had very good connection with them. He says, yeah, this is my business. We have now the 3rd generation in the business already. I said, what do you say? So it means that what you say from your father is from Chaim Hamburger. It's the one that my father knows. He says, yes, of course. And then I asked him, where do you live? He says, I live in Jaffa. He says, in Jaffa? My brother used to live in Jaffa, now he brings in Achlaot in Jerusalem. Now he moved on, but never mind. And I even used to give a Dvar Torah there in the shul sometime. And he said, yes, I've got this mentor that I adore him. And his name is Yair Amichai Hamburger. He says, that's my brother. He says, what? Yes, so you mean that the word that you said is from the father of both of you. Everything, Achim Hamburger, everything was connected together. And that's exactly the idea. If we put this thing here and the other thing there and over there, if we don't put it together, we don't understand what it's all about. Because, he knew my brother. His father knew my father. I didn't know him at all, but the word that I said in the name of my father, and we connect all the things, and the whole picture came through. That's the idea of the Seder night, to give the right picture. And the first thing to do is, who is going to sit with us on the Seder night? And according to this, we have to act and do the things. For example, I give you 2 ideas for kids. And I did it, and it's working beautifully, because the idea is make the Seder night exciting, that the kids will really be a part of it and will remember it. There is this thing that you have this shining things in the dark. They have I don't know, it's like for us you have smiling, and in the dark they have this thing that they shine in the dark. And buy a few of those and put them in light during the day, so they get a lot of light. So when there is dark, they're going to shine right away. So what do? You turn off with the Shabbos clock the light for 15 minutes. I think that everything like this is about 15 minutes. I think so. I don't know. Of course, tell those who are in charge what you're doing, so there won't be any panic. Now, when this happens, before you put all those smiling that shine in the dark around the room, and behind each one of them you put a small present for the kids. Now when it become dark, dark! This is Makat Choshech. That's the dark. Now with the darkness plague, the Egyptian didn't see anything, but the Jews, they saw all the treasures. Now look around. Maybe you see the treasures shining in the dark. And they look around and see all those shining, smiling, and they start walking and running to find them, and they see that behind each one of them is a small present. Wow, I did it. It's unbelievable. Another thing, you take how do you say it? Chad pa'ami, disposable cups, Chad pa'ami, and you buy a big quantity, and you let the kids to build pyramids. And they say the one who's going to build the biggest pyramid is going to win a prize. Now, while they're doing it and they're building and building, you go and by accident, you destroy all what they're building. And they go, well, Mom, what you doing? What you doing? So don't worry, you're going to get a present anyway. Now you build it again, and you're going to get double presents. And they build it, and the way back, what do? Again, you knock it all down. And don't do it too much, because it's going to can ruin the night. But while you do it, it says, don't worry, you're going to get each one of us a big prize. But I wanted to show you what is Avodat Parech. Avodat Parech that the Jews did in Egyptian was they were building, and the Egyptian destroyed it and built it again. And so you can do a lot of beautiful ideas in order to make the Seder night exciting. Of course, you have to check who you're sitting with. That's why Arba'a Banim Dibra Torah. There are 4 kinds of people. You have the clever one, you have the naive one, you have the one who doesn't know how to ask, and you have the evil one. And by the way, also the evil one is a part of the Seder night. He is there. The problem with us is the one who doesn't come to the Seder night. But the evil one, what he asks, Ma avodah zot lachem. And this is also a game that I did, like to put all the questions on a board, put it also in nylon, because otherwise it's going to get dirty on the table. And you have the Rasha, the Tam, and Shoner Yada Lish'ol, and the Chacham, and then you have the questions, and then you have the answers. So you have 3 parts, and you just give it to those who are part of the thing, and then you ask, okay, I want the question of, and they raise the Chacham, for example, what's the question of the Chacham? And each one is looking at the question or the answer he's got, and the one who's got the right question is asking it. And then also, who's got the answer? And while you're doing this, you're putting an excitement in it. Of course, again, there are a lot of things. Don't do everything at the night, because if too much is too much. But don't forget, what you're going to do. I prepared so many things for the Seder night. Don't worry. You have the whole week. You can do those games all week. And there are a lot of games. I don't want to go into it, because I want to go to a little about the Agada itself. One of the famous stories in the Agada is on the four sages that are standing there and sitting together in Bnei Brak. Rabbi Akiva, Elazar, Ben Azariah, and Rabbi Tarfon. I don't remember.